welcome. You were asking about our campaign for air defense in Serbia. I would like to show you the main equipment that we are proposing, which is ASTER 30. So the system is composed of three main equipment. One is the 3D radar that you can see here. The second element is the coordination center, which pilots the radar and the launchers. And you have the launcher, which is able to fire 8 ASTER 30 missiles. This system is now in operational service with the French Air Force and the Italian Army since last year. And one important event was the operational entry into service of the anti-ballistic capability of this missile, which was demonstrated through operational firings performed by the French Air Force and jointly with the Italian Army, and resulted into interception of ballistic missile with a direct impact with this missile, thanks to its very high precision, the speed of the missile and the target being over 7 Mach. And this was missiles with telemetry, no warhead, and you had destruction of the target because of the direct impact. This missile has capability against traditional targets such as fighter, helicopters and missiles, and has application for the navies also, and is in operational service now with the Royal Navy in the UK on their new frigates, with the French Navy and the Italian Navy and other export countries. So first, I think Serbia is in the heart of Europe, and the future of Serbia is in Europe. And I think that has implications both in cooperation in the field of defense, and we know and we have seen recently how the French, politically but also at military services also, are open to enlarge the cooperation with Serbia, develop it. And in a recent visit of a Serbian delegation in the south of France on the test center, where they saw all the French Air Force equipment deployed, they could really have a very deep dialogue with the French user, using the launchers, those commanding the command and control center, or those using the radar, and also how they could integrate into higher level of coordination. The second system we are proposing to fulfill the needs of your air defense is the vertical launch MICA. You will see that the vertical launch MICA is composed exactly like ASTER system, with a 3D radar, a command and control system, and a launcher. So a group of launchers. And what we can also offer is a combination of those two systems, with one ASTER and several vertical launch MICA, each of them having its advantage and characteristic. One of the interesting characteristics of vertical launch MICA is that it uses 2 different missiles, one infrared imagery and one active radar. And that gives a very strong air defense. The range of MICA is shorter than ASTER, but the combination of both is also something to envisage. So the question about how to, when you are used to use a Russian origin system for ages, and how do you transform for maintenance, for operational people, to modern Western system. First, the modern system we propose are very low in maintenance. They don't need a lot of maintenance. They are designed to be with as little maintenance as possible. Second, we have many customers in the world, and we are very well organized to train the people at user level, at the maintenance level. But we are not alone. We also have the full support of the French Army, Air Force, in order to support the training and of new customer to our system. And I think this is something which is in our nature. We have we are exporting for ages, and we place in the relation and training of our customer and the satisfaction on the long term of our customer a lot of effort, and usually they are very satisfied. Yes, we had since 2-3 years several delegations of your Ministry of Defense and user. They could visit the production unit in the center of France, and I think this is very important because you cannot really understand how accurate and how reliable our missile can be compared to the competition. Why the single shot kill probability is so high compared to the competition if you have not seen the production unit, the method applied to develop and produce our equipment. So I think that was very useful for them to understand better who we are, how we design and produce our missiles. More recently, so the visits were done on the test center, where the dialogue was done with the French user, and this was also an important step because they could. We are a commercial company, the French user is the end user of the product, and this direct dialogue with them was very important. They could open books, they could have answers to all their questions, and I think that was very good for them to build up their opinion on what we can propose to the service of your defense.